Right, hello there. I think my internet connection has finally stabilised itself. If there's anyone actually watching at this stage, I'm still continuing to have horrendous internet problems. So, oh look, meteor storm inbound. So, welcome back for some more Apex Mechs survival. Hopefully, we can get a full 4-hour stream out of this without any interruptions. Yep, internet connection seems to finally be stable. All it took was literally resetting every piece of equipment I'm using. Okay, right, so, hello chat, hello player one, how are you doing? Right. Hello chat on YouTube, hello chat over on Twitch. Right, so today's plan. Well, we're gonna wait for this storm to smeg off first. I'm gonna be keeping a close eye on my internet connection today, because it has been driving me a little bit mad. Right, so today's plan. I actually managed to get around to updating my mod list, at least in game. So I've got the sleep mod now, so when it gets to night time, I can skip back to sunshine again, so I don't have to mess around in the dark. Player one message, I'm fine, thanks, how's it going? Everything was going swimmingly, right up until I hit the go button to start this stream, and then everything crashed all at once. Internet connection just completely failed. Had to reset absolutely everything, and it took me 15 minutes for it to all get booted back up again. But we seem to be alright now, so I'm not doing too badly. I'm trying to decide what today's plan is, realistically. Trying to decide what I actually want to do today. So I know I still need to build that big ramp over there. Really need to go and find some magnesium. Really need to be able to explore around a bit more. So to build the big ramp, I'm going to need lots and lots and lots and lots of steel. So we should probably go and have a look and see what my steel situation is like. Oh, you know what I also want to do? Before I do anything else, I want to automate these doors. I'm sick of pressing buttons on doors myself. I want to automate them. To build a ramp, I need some interior plates. Do we have any interior plates knocking around? Yes, we do. There we go. Right, so I want to automate these doors because I'm bored of opening them myself. So what do we have? Let's... right way around? Yeah, arrows seem to be at the top. Let's put a sensor right there. Add the stuff to... Of course I don't. Now let's build some bits then. Yes, player one, the internet connection does seem to be stable now. I just had to reset everything. Literally everything. Bloody technology. And it was literally all fine until I hit the broadcast button. Because I usually set up my streams about 15 minutes before going live, so I've got time to deal with any of that kind of stuff, and the internet connection was perfectly stable, but as soon as I hit the broadcast button to send that signal to YouTube and Twitch via Restream, it all just went to poo. And failed miserably. Right, so what did I name this door? I haven't named it anything yet. Right, we're going to need to name some stuff, because we've got a lot of bits in here that don't have names. So, Dread Farm. Oh, all the right buttons. Dread Farm. factory door. Like that. And then we'll do the same with this and call it sensor. I could do with sorting out the sensor range on the door. Yeah, because that's horrendous. Don't need any of that. Left. What's the left and right extension like? I'll bring that in. A meter on either side. Left 4, right 4. Bottom, top. Don't need anything at the top. Front. We don't need that much at the front. Back. We don't need that much at the back. I think I made that too short then. No, it's alright. I'll extend the back a little bit. Extend the back by, actually, yeah, I'll call it 4 meters. Yeah, that'll do me. That's about alright there. Move those doors in another half meter. 3.5. 3.5. Bottom. Call it 6 meters. Yeah, that'll do. Cool. Right, so that can then factory door open and close. Groovy. I don't have to use my hands. Awesome. Right, let's take the beep off of that because it's annoying. And let's not have it detect enemies or neutrals so the spiders can't trigger the doors. Because they can and will. And we turn that off. Oop, that is not what I want to do. There we go. Much better. Let's automate a few more doors. Yeah, shape of this room, I can't put the sensor on the inside like I'd want to, so I'm going to stick it out here instead. What way around is it? That way. Cool. So how is everybody this evening then? Anybody have a fun weekend? Make some bits. What did I name the door? Have I even named the door? No, I haven't. Have I named anything in here yet? Oh yeah, I called it Habitat, didn't I? Yeah, Yeah, where's that tag? DR. I'm gonna dread a farm. Habitat door. I think that's how you spell habitat. Really, that's all the bits that I need. Ooh, I'm very low on energy. I've just noticed. Right, there we go. It's not a sense of four. So we'll bring that in. But it's not what I want for. Don't leave all that on the top. bottom, one, front, three. More. Yeah. And four. Slow. That. 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 Oh. Ah. Don't go manually. Right. Cool. No. What do I need to do, aren't they? Okay. Cool. Right. I plan. Oh, actually, let's finish this stair set. I planted some crops last week. We should probably check on them. Yeah. Quick check on the crops. Want to reconnect? Sort your life out? Thank you. Right, okay. Internet connection's back apparently. Pain in the ass. Right, we're going to put some that in there. And let's make another bunch of seeds. Seeds. Are you still behaving weird? Oh, I turned your AI off. Oh, I ground your gyro down, didn't I? Yeah, I can't. I pull parts through there? Ah, no. Come on, internet, stop doing this to me. Oh, give me a moment, please. Oh, you're back to normal again. Okay. Right. One. I can't wait for this update. I think planting more straightforward. Okay, I'll move that there. Let's in fact actually plant some more. Actually. One on that side. And something else. I'm gonna have to properly look into that. Planting mod, that's it's only good. Get that first one, but doing that a million times gets real boring real quickly. Okay, that's some things planted. There. And there. Keep that. Get that barrier here. Not a little. Come in. Let's. Right. One around there. And then there. Put some railings on top of that. Not being able to get them all up to the wall with wire panels back and just put a little barrier. Be the right colour, please. Yeah, a little bit of that there. Yeah, so that good as that one yet. 1, 2, 3, and ooh, reggae. That's play as well. Fantastic. That's cool. You're just going to do that to me every 10 minutes then, internet? Just going to disconnect and reconnect. Cheers for that. Why will it just not stay stable this evening? Every time it does that, it resets Twitch. Okay. One of those evenings, isn't it? Anyway, right, so. Oh, starving. Food. Wait, let's go get some more cooked meat. Cooked meat. Cooked meat. Let's take 10 of them. Some of that in a minute. Right, random things to do. Let's do... Yeah, you know what I want to do? I want last week, or a couple of weeks ago rather, somebody jokingly mentioned building lamppost robots, or walking lampposts to walk around the base and illuminate stuff, and I'm thinking of building one of them just for a laugh right now. Build something simple that can just wander around and follow a preset route. Give it a couple of legs, and figure out some solar panels on it to keep it charged. Now I've got this building platform here with a mag plate on it. Mag plates. Things. Really tricky. Won't be able to charge it. I might actually swap the mag plate out and swap that for a rotor. That way I can lock things down to it and have them charged. The mag plate's good for picking stuff up, but it can't actually connect to anything properly, so we'll swap that over, and then we might, well, we will rebuild the button for it later. Cool, there we go. Right, we're back again. This internet connection nonsense is driving me mad. Right. Okay, I think we're back. Back. Nope. No, we're not. Okay, if there's anyone out there more internet savvy than me, how do I get Steam to stop trying to cloud save every 30 seconds? Because this nonsense here keeps reloading every 5 minutes, and this is causing internet lag. How do I stop this and stop Steam trying to send server requests in the background? Because it's that seems to be killing my internet connection at the moment. For God's sake. Alright, we're going to stabilise for a bit. We're going to be nice. We're going to play good. Cool. Okay, right. I want to try and build some kind of walking lamppost thing. Because it's like 10 episodes in now and I've not really actually built any robots. I've mostly just been messing around with base building. So, let's build something. How should we start it? We'll start off. Yeah, we'll start off with basic boring colour, and we'll start with a block there. And I am going to need to build myself some kind of platform for standing on. I'm going to get quite tall quite quickly. Yeah, just put it there for now. Right, so first things first, let's build the entire thing around a walking mechanism. So we'll have that in the middle for the walk cycle. We will we will put no, I need more parts. Steel, there we go. To be honest, player one, I'm not really going to bother with a connector on this thing. I'm going to try and make it so it's self-sufficient. And hopefully be able to just power itself with a couple of solar panels. So, which way around is that? Pedantic, I like to have it facing the correct way around. That's 0 at the front. Yeah, right, that can be that. Before we get too carried away, let's weld up that timer block. Can't withdraw one interior plate, obviously. Ah, there we go. Right. That'll be you. You will be walk cycle. Oh, hey, Ledner. What machine am I building today? Today, or at least at the moment, I'm building or I'm going to at least attempt to build, a walking lamppost type thing that somebody mentioned in a stream a couple of weeks ago. The idea has been playing around in my head for a while. I thought it was quite a funny idea. Today I thought I'd build it because, like I've just mentioned, I'm 10 streams in and I haven't really built any robots other than fixing the one that I broke myself. So I thought I'd build this and then just let it loose, set up a patrol route for it so it can patrol around my base. And like I said, hopefully just be self-sustaining and live off its own charge. Hopefully get some solar panels on it somehow. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 we'll have for the walk cycle. Yeah, that'll do. So I'll have those for the walk cycle. 1, 2, 3 and 4 of them. Wait for some parts to get built. There we go. Suit energy is low. Let's build a couch in here for me to sit on and recharge from. All my toolbars are full. There's too many block categories these days. There's not enough room for all the things I want. Well, let's put a corner couch in for a change. Let's stick that there. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, I'm missing the construction components, obviously. And obviously I can't withdraw them either. Thank you. Alright, I'll sit on the couch and have something to eat real quick. Right, there we go. That's recharged enough for me. Right then, so controller or cycle 01. That's number 2. That's number 3. Dum dum dum. And that is number 4. Right, so that'll be the basis of that, and then I am going to need... I'm not going to really bother building it with a extensive walk setup. It only really needs to be able to walk forwards and be able to turn. So what else do I need? I need a couple of timers. I'll use some of the other ones. So I'll have one for walk start, one for walk reset. And bum bum bum. We need a controller for his forward walking control. Right, and then we need to think about what kind of legs I'm going to give it. Build some more pieces. So I see the latest dev diary on Space Engineers 2 has mentioned, has finally mentioned subgrids and mechanical parts, and even shown off a couple of like design images of what they're going to look like. That little piece of information has finally gotten me excited properly about SE2. Hopefully there'll be something for the weirdos like me to do in that game soon. It seems to be shaping up nicely bit by bit, but I just cannot wait for subgrids and mechanical blocks. As soon as they become a thing, I'll be far more interested in it. But yeah, it'll be nice to see them. So far they only seem to have announced rotors and pistons in the largest of the block sizes, but it's at least a good start. Anyway, so this is going to be walk start timer. That is going to be the walk reset timer. And then this controller... too many letters. This controller will be walk forward. Actually, walk control forward. Right, that will do that. So, after that, we have to think about where we're going to place legs and other things. How big are solar panels compared to this thing? They are quite big. I'm thinking building some kind of large tower thing with maybe a couple of solar panels on the top and some lights underneath them pointing at the floor, illuminating stuff. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and there goes my internet connection again. Wonderful. That's... Yeah? We back again? Cool? Yeah? I'm going to have to make a phone call to my service provider tomorrow and kick off. This is getting ridiculous. Don't like having to make angry customer phone calls, but this is getting silly. I'm paying for an internet connection that doesn't work half the time. Right, so... 3 blocks is a little bit too skinny, I think. So if I widen him by a little bit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do it like that. Yeah, we're gonna have to move this back now. Bum, 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 bum. That wasn't the right button. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I want to put it there for a moment. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to quickly weld those blocks up. Oop. That was a spider. Where was the dead spider? Ah! Fresh meat. Lovely. Certainly was worth building those guns. Fantastic. What are you doing for ammunition? Running a little bit low. Yeah, I'll deal with it when you've run out. Where was I? I was welding that. Okay, right. Bum 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 bum. Right, so after that, I think we'll do a bunch of rotors underneath here. And then we'll have to, yeah, have them all facing out so it's easier to keep track of what leg is doing what. Yeah, then we can build some legs off that. Cool. One, two, three, four, and name it that bit, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Cool. Alright, that's all my bits. Let's lift you up. May as well lift you up to the maximum. I'm not going to get much higher than that. Okay, right, so let's give him some basic little legs. Ooh, that's the sound of meteors. Nah, that's alright, they're off in the distance. Don't think they hit anything important. Might have to make use of the sleep mod in a minute and get the sun to come back up quickly. Right, so how do I want to orient these legs? Yeah, we'll do it like this. Yeah, that's looking alright. Let's build another panel here though. There we go. Okay, banned for honesty. Yeah, my internet connection is having a tantrum tonight. Every time my internet connection breaks for like even a second, it just resets Twitch for some reason. YouTube catches up eventually. Twitch just goes, bam, I'm starting a new stream. Like, I'm looking at both screens now. YouTube says it's been streaming for 44 minutes. Twitch says it's been streaming for 6.5 because the connection keeps going weird. So I'm sorry to anyone watching on Twitch if they're having any issues. If you can, just go over to YouTube. It's slightly more stable over there for whatever reason. But it's the problem of having a Wi-Fi connection and living by the sea. The weather screws with everything. Anyway, banned for honesty, I'm cool, I'm alright, other than the internet connection problems. Right, so we don't need to make the legs too big on this thing, I don't think. So we'll have that like that. Yeah, let's get those welded up. Right, okie dokie, and then we're going to put some little hinges on there, on the end of there, and then we can build the next section of legs off that, hopefully. Well, we will. Bum, 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 let's get them welded up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, cool. Oh, no worries, banned for honesty. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I'd stream more often if my internet connection was better, but unfortunately it's not, and I don't really have the money to remedy the situation. Not at the moment, anyway. Okay, right, before we go too far, let's name some stuff so it doesn't get too confusing. So, leg rotor, front left 1. Copy all. Leg rotor FR. Rear left and rear, wrong button, rear right. Cool, and then we've got the hinges, so leg hinge, front left 0, 1, copy all. Front right, copy, paste, and rear right. Cool. Okay. Right, next section of the legs. He's only going to be lightweight, and hopefully, well, yeah, he's only going to be lightweight, so we don't really need to worry about building wheels or trying to design wheels that drive around or any of that. He's just going to plod around, so hopefully once there we go, actually get it to place. So I should just be able to build some legs with a couple of small suspension blocks on the end. Yeah, we'll do one more. So that can be that. That can be that. We'll put suspension block on the end of that. Cool. That can go there. That can go there. That can go there. Yeah, cool. I'm going to have to move these back a little bit more. That can go. That can go. Running low on energy and food again. Oh, and there's the sign that I need to eat. Let's put that raw meat in there. Off it goes, and let's recharge for a second. I might start selling feet pics of my robots, see if people are into that. Make some money that way. There's got to be a market for robot feet pics for all those weirdos out there. You never know. Right, speaking of feet, let's put some on this robot. Yeah, hopefully that won't be too low. If it is, we can hopefully rebuild. Bum ba bum ba bum 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 bum. Suspension blocks. There we go. Now, I'm not gonna have. Yeah, we'll just go with the short ones for now, I think. Although I'm going to put it the other way around. Yeah, I'll put it the other way around. Let's grind that back off a second. Off you pop. Thank you. Yeah, where are we? That's one. Left wheel. That way around. And then the right wheel, as I like the treads to match. Where are we? That way. Oop, nope, that is the wrong wheel. Ah. Don't need the feet to be that big, thank you very much. There we go, that's the right one. That one, and that one. Cool, right, that doesn't look too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll make some bits for that. Right, so power source and control input. I need a thruster. I'm going to put some kind of battery on it, and then I need to think about the solar panels and the lights that I want to build on it. I've got those parts. We have. And we also need to think about gyroscopes and AI block. I'm going to need to at least have a flight block and at least have task block, I think I'll have. First things first, we need to get this walk cycle business up and running. So let's put that. Let's put that there. Oh, actually, name these feet. Or get too carried away. Suspension, front left 01. Copy all. Copy paste, there we go. Front right, rear right, do. Rear left, there we go. Right, so what do I need to do next? Oh yeah, we need lights to trigger things. Yeah, okay. Lights, where are you? Let's build a pair of inset lights, because I like using them. We'll have one there on that side. One there on that side. Can I reach them from down here? Of course I bloody can't. Bring it down a little bit. There we go, should be able to reach now. Yay! Oh, I've got the bits anyway. Oh, no I don't. Cool, right, so let's name that one. That can be walk lights. Walk light. Copy all. Get the stuck on stuff. Walk light. Right. Right, let's make this a little bit easier for myself for a moment. So I need a platform to get up there though. Use temporarily. Right, there we go. Have I got control seats on my toolbar? No, I haven't. So I keep having to move them around. There we go. I'm just going to plonk one of them on the back there for the moment, and it'll make it a little bit easier setting up the programming for this thing. Let's build some bits. Thank you. Groovy. Right. Right, so we've got these bits. Walk cycle, walk cycle, walk cycle, walk forward. The timer, right, cool, that's all of those bits. Let's call you lamp. That's what we're going to tag you as. You're going to get to be a lamp. Then I need the leg, hinges and rotors. Right, we will also rename them as lamp. Oh, no, we copy it. LMP01 prefix. Cool. Right, all of my lamp stuff. Let's set these up. Right, that we don't need to worry about because I haven't built the thruster to control it yet. These four get to be rotor angle. While we're there, we will set them up. So that first one will be 10 degrees, the second one will be 100 degrees, the third one will be 190, and the fourth one will be 280. Oh, hello, Den SR, how are you doing? 280, there we go. And and they will all be triggered by... not that one, LMP. Oh, I know what I haven't done. I forgot to name you. Walk, cycle, rotor. While I'm here, I'll just sort this out. Just need to give it a little bit of torque, not much. Just enough so it doesn't free spin. There we go. Cool, right. That's what we were doing. Oh, I didn't tag it, did I? Lamp. Let's name your lamp like everything else. LMP. There we go. There we go. Right. So, LMP. There we go. That'll be triggered by that. Why is that rotor twitching? Oh, because it's sitting right on that, and it's rocking a bit. Whatever, it'll be fine. Even though that looks a bit weird at the moment. Walk, cycle. Oh, not just type cycle. That makes it easier. Walk, cycle, rotor. Walk, cycle, rotor. Right. Yeah, that's for the zebra. So we're going to trigger that one. That one. That one. And that one. And then that timer itself will literally just turn these two lights on and off, which are currently getting flicked on and off. Let me just move that rotor a tiny bit, just so it's off that limit and it's not flicking anymore. Good, right, sound. Yeah, you're not misbehaving anymore. Cool. Okay, so then the next one. Oh, I forgot a couple of controllers, didn't I? I need to build a few more event controllers. Where am I gonna put them? There we go. Damn it. You know what? I'm just going to go and get the skiff. I'm going to get the skiff, and I'm going to get that sitting there, hovering over the top. It's got plenty of battery power. That room's big enough for it, hopefully. Yeah, let's bring this in. Ah, much better. Right, let's just shift that over a little bit. Cool. Much better. Right, I need to build left and right and return controllers for them. So I need more event controllers. I need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't put them where I'd like to. I've done things silly. You know what? Let's change some stuff up. We'll have that there, we'll have that there, and we'll have that there. I'm going to rename some bits. That can be walk. That can be walk. Return to the bottom. Why not? Return L01. Copy all. That can be return right. Paste. That can be walk forward. Copy all. That can be the right hand one. Yeah, whatever. I can reach from there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's build more of them. Got the bits? Yes, we have the bits. Oh, and I just jumped straight off. Fantastic. Try that again. There we go. Didn't need to jump. Ah! Oh, maybe I shouldn't have taken my jetpack away. Oh, whatever. Right, they are all named now. Cool. Right, walk. Where are they? I'm certain I just named them. LMP. Oh, I've already put the tag on. That's fine. Ah, that's fine then. That's why I was getting confused. LMP. Walk. Ah, yeah. Right, there they are. Cool. Okay, so these first two are going to be block switched on and off. And these two are going to be rotor hinge angle. That will be triggered by the left hand light. That will be triggered by the right hand light. And this is where we need to think about rotor angles. I'm going into spectator mode because it makes it a little bit easier to see what I'm doing. There we go. Cool. Right, so LMP leg bits. Front left leg. Let's see if we've got angle set up. We've got enough room to bring them all the way back to 0. Got a negative on that side. Set lower limit to 0 for the moment. Set that to minus 50. Oops. Oh, yeah, lower limit will be minus 55. Upper limit will be 0. Set the speed limit to minus 5 for the minute. Yeah, that'll be alright. We'll significantly increase that speed though. Yeah, that might be a decent speed for the moment. So 55 and 0. which means you on the other side will be 0. Nope, wrong one. Will be 0 and 55. Rear left will be the mirror of the front right, so that will also be 0 and 55. That 10. Ball, that minus 10. There we go. And what was it? My 0 and my, yeah. So, not that one. 0 and minus 55. Yeah. Cool. Minus 55 and 0. That's the one. There we go. Right, those legs don't look too bad. So next thing, let's program them. We'll start programming them. Walk forward. So, how do I need to do this? It's been a while since I built a spider robot. I'm doing lots of biped mechs recently. Walk forward. We need to move the rear left and the front left and rear right at the same time. What we need to do. So LMP leg. Front left. When the light is on, minus 10. When the light is off, 10 RPM. Rear right will be the opposite, I think. 10. And minus 10. LMP lights. Let's stick those two lights on there. That's the one. They all move forwards and backwards together. Cool. And then we need to think about limits for these knee sections. So, we're going to put shear inertia tensor on those knees to prevent the wobble. Limits. How high do you want these legs to lift? Don't really need to go too high. I'll call it minus 30 for now. Not going to have it come all the way back to 0, we'll call it 10. Call that 10. Oh no, it needs to be minus 10, cool. LMP leg hinge. Minus 10. We want to stick out a little bit. That's the one. Should be alright for the moment. Call it that then. Right, so we will apply that to all the others as well. So what do I call that? Minus 30 and minus 10. Minus 30, minus 10. Cool. Let's move that so it's a little bit easier to see. LMP leg hinges. So I've got that one there. The rear right, I want them to move in unison. Make this a little bit easier. Make a group. Leg hinge L01. We'll do one for that other side as well for later. That can be R01. Right, LMP. Right, walking. They do what they're supposed to. LMP leg hinge. L01. -10 and the light is on. Not rotate angle, that's the wrong thing. That'll mess with my limits. 10 degrees when it's off. Oh, I'm getting smacked by stuff. Lovely. And I'm starving. Right, cool, that works. Do. I'm getting smacked around again. How high is that actually lifting? That's not too bad. Okay, it's LMP. Let's set up the return controller for that leg. So, rotor hinge angle, we are going to look at the front left leg rotor. Yeah, we'll look at the front left leg rotor. I'll do it that way. And when that gets to less than... Yeah, we'll have to experiment. The limit's 55, so we'll call it less than 45 for now. Then we'll return these legs. So we'll set the velocity to 10 RPM. Yeah, we need that to return a little bit earlier than that. We'll hit -35. See what that's like. That's better. Yeah, that seems to be alright. Let's do the same with the other side then. Oh, hello, Mystic MC Wizard. Mech building's going alright. Just getting some leg controls set up. So what are we doing? Oh yeah, other side now. So that side, we've got the light. Lamp, leg, front right will be the opposite of the front left, so it'll be 10, -10, and then the rear left will be the opposite of that, so it'll be -10, and 10, and then the hinge group will just be the same as the other hinge group, so that'll be -10. And 10. And then what do we do the return on that? Less than -35. That's the opposite side. That's going to look at the front right, so that'll be greater than 35. And then that will trigger those hinges at 10 RPM. There we go, so now I can have the two sides offset. And if I just trigger the lights at the same time, turning one off and one on, we'll do a basic walk cycle. I've already set up the walk cycle timer for this one. Ow, I keep getting smacked. Let's eat some more food, so if I trigger that timer, it will just do it automatically. Cool, so I've also set up the walk cycle rotor on this side. So if I turn that on and off, it also needs a little bit of RPM. Walk cycle rotor, we'll give it 5 RPM for the moment. See what that's like. Needs to be faster than that. Walk, cycle, rotor, we will double that. Call it 10. Let's make it quicker than that. Call it 12. 15. Yeah, that seems alright. I don't need it to be racing around the base, I just need it to be casually plodding around. Okay, cool, so I can turn that on and off at the press of a button now. Okay, right. Next thing to do is to set up a control thruster so that we can trigger that with thruster inputs. I need to build 2. I need to build 1 to get used. Oh, hey, MC Wizard. How do they cope with rough ground? What do you use to keep the body height the same and allow leg range variations? Do you use mag plates, landing pads to trigger leg cycles? I generally use suspension blocks for feet, as they, the wheels on suspension blocks are technically invincible, so they don't take damage. They also allow friction with the ground. I tend to stay away from using mag plates on the feet of mechs because they tend to cause clangy explosions more often than not, unless you get your timing particularly well done. When it comes to leg range variation, a lot of them, because I do everything vanilla-wise, they don't tend to have much variation in their legs. To do things like that, I tend to reduce the torque settings a little bit, so the hinges and rotors have got a bit of flex when they move. And to keep them upright and stuff, I have like an AI balance control system that I've been working on, which I also need to incorporate into this design. But we will do that once we get to the automating stage. I need power, and I need thrust. So I need to get a battery of some description on here. Yeah, right, I'm going to have to do a little bit more building, so I need to get some parts on here now. So, battery. Let's build with some of these beam blocks, because I quite like the beam blocks. I want to have a little bit of it kind of exposed looking. Where's my regular beams? There they are. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We need to go a block higher because that's going to be in the way, so dum-de-dum, de-dum. Yeah, that looks alright. Let's climb up here. I can get a bit higher up. Right, okay, so I need to put a few more in there. Can I squeeze one of them in there? Yes, I can, but I need to put something in the middle to build off. Those are the connection point. Yeah, cool. Put that square in the middle, like that, and then I'll build a light tower off the top of the battery, I think. Yeah, that should be alright. Yeah, okay. Let's weld that stuff up then. Can I get that battery? Yes, I can. Cool. What's that? Have I tried 6- and 8-legged mechs? I have built all kinds of mechs. If you want to check out some of my videos, I've done everything from 2 legs to 8 legs, I think is the most I've built. But yeah, building extra sets of legs on mechs isn't actually that complicated. All you end up really doing is doubling up on the control programming for each, like, extra pair of legs that you add. But yeah, doing multipod and stuff, it's really similar. It's why I made a group for the hinges, so I can just double them up rather than having 4 separate hinge commands going, because 2 of them will be doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. So you can just effectively double up on your controls that you program if you're doing it the vanilla way. We're still waiting on power cells. Ugh. Ah, there we go. Are flapping wings possible with hinges? They absolutely are possible with hinges. The only thing you've got to worry about is the mass of the wings that you've built. The flapping will have an effect on the main grid. So, say if you built something with a tiny little body and great big flapping wings, the flapping of those wings would make the whole, like, main grid body thing move up and down in the air. So it wouldn't be particularly stable. It would flutter about quite effectively like a moth or a butterfly. But you wouldn't be able to... They're not too great at aiming or staying locked onto targets, things that move like that. But it is possible. I built one a while back, actually. I don't think I ever published it, because it kind of just flapped around erratically. It was very hard to keep stable. Should maybe try and go back to it eventually. Cool, okay, right, so that's that. Let's get these bits welded up. I can think about the paint job later. Oop. Damn it. Ugh, I'll climb up here. I'll do it this way. Oh, and hello, Mr... what was it? Mr. Dubbids? Or Dub LDZ? I'm not sure how to say people's names half the time, but hello. Bring you a little bit lower. There we go. Then we need to move around the other side a little bit. This little skiff is actually coming way more handy than I realised it's going to be. Oop. You know what I could do with building on the side of it? Do with putting suspension blocks on the side like bumpers. Oh, no worries, Band Frosty. Like I said many times, I started playing this game on the Xbox years ago. That's how I literally got into it. Someone suggested it. I looked on the Xbox store to see if it was there. It was. I downloaded it, fell in love with it, and then a few years later got a gaming PC, but I've still got that kind of doing everything vanilla mindset. I did go a bit mad with scripts and mods and stuff when I first moved to PC, and then kind of got bored of it because there are some really awesome scripts out there that do really cool things, but for me it takes out half the fun of the engineering. I like trying to figure out how to get stuff working for myself without having to rely on scripting. Okay, right, so we've got a power source. I'm going to build a tower with some solar panels on top of that in some fashion at some point. Let's get some thrusters on here somewhere. Where can I build them? You know what? I can always move them. Let's just get something on there so we can get the programming set up. Thrusters can be moved. They don't have to be permanently fixed in place. So I'll have one there for now. Another one there for now. We'll call that... thruster control forward. Copy all. Also, actually no, it doesn't matter because we're going to do this one first. That one could be override. And the reason I always build two thrusters like this, one regular, one on override, is because the grid AI likes to turn on inertial dampening, and then the inertial dampening messes with the control system. Whereas if you put on one thruster with the teeniest, weeniest bit of thrust override, really doesn't need to be much at all. I can't do that until it's built. That counteracts the whole inertial dampening thing. And it means the legs don't flap about manically when it's reacting to grid movement. Right, there we go. Let's turn that one on. Right, you get to have literally the tiniest little bit. That's all it needs. Okay, right. So, let's pull that back into... Oh, actually, GIF, it's going to get smacked. Let's move the skiff over here for a minute. How long's it got? 3 hours worth of battery idling, that's fine. Yeah, what time are we on? 1.5 hours. Right, get these walk controls set up and I'm going to quickly go and make a cup of tea. Mystic Wizard, or Mystic MC Wizard, the reason for the thrusters is so that I can trigger the walk cycle with keyboard inputs, and so can the AI blocks. Because if you're doing this scriptless, the best way to be able to actually trigger the walk cycle manually is with a thrust input signal, because event controllers can detect them. Oh, speaking of, I need to build one more event controller because I moved one earlier. Or rather, I renamed one earlier. So let's put one of them here, because this is what is going to actually trigger the whole walk cycle. Yeah, yeah, like I said, the reason for the thrusters is because it's a way that I can universally get everything to control the walk cycles. Controller, walk, control, forward. Yeah, let's go back to spectator so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Right, walk, control. I need to put the tag on the front of you. Get rid of that. LMP-01. Cool. Right, LMP. So, I set up a bunch of controls to do that for us. And this controller I've just built is going to be able to tie that into thruster output. So where was it? Walk forward control. So we're going to set that to thrust output. Greater than 10%, it really doesn't need to be much. Forward control, I need to put the tag on the front of that, but that will do for now. And so, when we... I don't have any reverse control, so I don't need to turn anything off. I do need to quickly make a group for them. So it helps to have fail-safes in place to stop things triggering when you don't want them to. So that can go there. That will do. Right, so first things first. Those walk forward controls can turn off and on when the thruster triggers. Then we will leave a space because I need to set up those two timers here. And after that, we will turn the walk cycle rotor on and off. So effectively now, when I press the right button, that should be doing something, but it is not. Why are you not? What have I forgotten to do? Greater than 10% forward thruster control. Off, on. Oh. I did those the wrong way around. On, off, Q. There we go. So now when I fire the thruster, it activates the walk cycle, and when I let go of the thruster input, it stops. Cool, right. I'm going to quickly go and grab a cup of tea. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. So, I'm going to eat some food quickly so I don't die. I will zoom out a little bit so it's a little bit more of an interesting view. Hopefully the storm will pass soon. And I'll be back in a few minutes to continue building this nonsense. So don't go anywhere. Okie dokie, I am back, and my internet connection seemed to have a little bit of a wobble while I was away. But, is it alright now? Are you going to behave yourself? Cool. Right, let's carry on where we were. And where were we? Oh yes, we had just finished doing that. And the next thing I need to do is I need to set up... Oh, actually I don't, do I? Actually, yes I do, because I want this thing to be able to stop if anything gets in its way, so I want that set up. Okay, cool, right, so... Walk controls. Right, walk, start, and walk, reset. I want to tie them into the forward controls, so let's go back into that controller, lamp, walk, start, and reset. So I want the legs to be able to reset back to a default kind of position. So, walk, start, and actually, walk, reset. We'll do you first. Walk, reset. How do I usually do this? Oh yeah, right, so what I need to do is I need to turn everything off and turn it all back on again, essentially. So we'll turn off all of the walk cycle stuff, we will stop that as well. In fact, we'll do that the other way around. And we will also turn off that rotor as a failsafe. So, when the walk cycle stops, everything related to moving the legs, essentially, will turn off. And then we want to move the legs back into a default kind of position. So, I want to set these rotors up. That one wants to be -10, so it's all the way forward. That one wants to be 10. That one wants to be 10. And that one wants to be -10, and then the two hinge groups can both get set to 10. Like so. So if I trigger that timer, it sets everything back into that kind of position. And then for walk start, we want to set those legs up. Oh, that's something I also forgot about over here. We also want to set both of the walk lights back to on. We'll set them, in fact, there's a little fail-safe, we'll cycle them both through off and on. So they definitely turn back to the colour they're supposed to be. I'm also going to put a colour change in there as well. Actually, no, we won't do it that colour. We will just have it cyan for now when it's in a default kind of position. Yeah, that'll do. Do it that way. Like I said, it's only going to have the one walk mode for this one. So trigger that, there we go. Let's bring the radius of that down a bit. Walk start. Right, so walk start. We will turn all of that back on, and we will turn that back on, and then the walk cycle, the walk control event controller deals with triggering this stuff, so we don't need to do any of that. Oh, actually, thinking about it, I need to get those walk lights and that in there first. Otherwise we'll end up with conflicts. So the left leg, we'll have them forwards, and we'll have that backwards. Then we will do the cycle stuff. On, and on. And that should be it. That should deal with everything for us, I think. So I hit forwards, it gets into position, everything starts moving. If I release the controls, it all resets. Ah, there's a thing. When I hit that button, the front left leg lifts. Walk start. So let's put a little failsafe for that in. Let's see if it makes a difference. Leg hinges. LMP. Set velocity 10, so they start off aiming at the floor. Do this. Actually, we'll just do that side for now, so. There we go. Doesn't lift unnecessarily now. Oop. Did you get him? Is there a dead spider around here? Ah, just over the crest of the hill. Thank you. What's that, Mystic MC Wizard? Yes, you could use the light to trigger the cycle. I mean, that's literally what these lights right here are doing, is they're triggering the two halves of the walk cycle. The only issue is, you can't directly control that yourself, and neither can the AI. Again, that's the reason that I use the thruster. If there was another block that had an input signal that responded to keyboard controls, I would use that instead. As it stands, the only block we have that can be tied to an event controller that can detect keyboard inputs is the thruster, so that is what I use at the moment. When I'm just building in creative, I usually use ion thrusters because they have so little actual like force output if you're playing on a planet with an atmosphere, so they don't actually contribute much, and you're purely using the mechanical sort of momentum from the walking to actually drive the mech forward. But yeah, that's why I use the thrusters, because that's what I can use, and that's what the AI blocks can use. Yeah, right, so where were we? Back to what we were doing. Oop, that's the wrong button. Yeah, right, so that can now be triggered like that, like so. Cool. Yeah, Mystic Wizard. It's the same reason I use thrusters to control subgrid subgrid wheel rovers, because it's literally just the only input signal that can be detected by an event controller. Because of all the options we've got, thrust is the only one that, like I said, detects an input signal. So that is what I use. I'd really like it if there was an option to detect wheel thrust output or wheel propulsion over output. That would be really cool. Oh, I'm currently dying of radiation sickness. Didn't realise that. Let's go pop back inside. Oh, yep, my radiation exposure's gotten real bad. Ooh, I didn't realise that. Maybe I should put a door on the front of the warehouse. Yeah, that was almost deadly levels of radiation. Let's chill out in here for a minute. Damn storm got a little bit much then. I'm going to take those bullets and I'm going to put them in my gun in a minute. Eat a bit more food. And hope the storm goes away in a minute. Oh, come on, storm. My fault for deciding to play on a desert world. So we'll heal a little bit while I wait. Yeah, whatever, I'm risking it. No, it's going up faster than I'm going to be able to spend out here. It's going to be back to deadly level in like 2 minutes. Oh, come on, storm, just go away. You know what? I'm going to do some interior decorating in here while I wait. I want the floor to look nicer in here. Where's the middle? I know that grinding this out is only going to expose me to... yeah, it's only going to expose me to the outside real quickly, isn't it? Fine. Yeah, what can I do interior decorating that isn't going to expose me to death? I've already got a bed. What parts have we got in that I can use? You know what, let's build myself a little table or something. Like a little dining table there or some kind of thing. Build myself a posh desk and a nice view. Ah, actually, let's make that. Come back to that later. The storm's cleared. Right, back to the proper building. Okay, what was it doing? I've done... Set up those controls. It can now walk. It can now move. We need gyroscopes, so it can actually move around. And I maybe need to do a little bit of testing to see if it can actually... Ooh! Walk. Careful. Yeah, right. Right, gyroscopes. Where are they on my toolbar? Are they on my toolbar? Yes, they are. I've got a gyro mod on here that makes them a fair bit stronger, so I'm not going to need many. I'm going to stick 2 on it for the moment. Well, in fact, actually, I might put them in that gap in the centre. weights a little bit more evenly distributed. There we go. So we'll have 2 gyros there to control it. 1 and 2. And then we are going to need to create a bit of gyro override, because AI blocks like to think they're flying, and they like to move around in a 3-dimensional kind of way as if they're flying. They don't really like to think they have feet. Ow. So we have to trick it into not trying to do a barrel roll. So, I'll use those gyros to control it. There is no point trying to put any of these on override, because the AI blocks, when I build them, will immediately override the override. So we need to build an override gyro that it can't mess with. Also, on that subject, AI blocks. How am I going to squeeze them? AI block. You know what, I can actually put them in the bottom and have them fairly low. Yeah, I think I might do that actually. So, I need you. Flight move block, nice and center. I need a task block that can go basically anywhere. Yeah, that's it, to be honest. Yeah, that'll do. So that can go there. Yeah. Stop it. There we go. You know, I might just put the task block directly on top of it. Or in that gap. There. That's a defensive block. Task block. There we go. That's what we're going to use to get it to walk around. Or at least that's what we're going to use to get it to follow a route around the base. Cool, so that's a couple of gyros to control it. We've got a power source, we've got output. We've built the walk controls. So now we actually need to think about the main functional part of this thing that was going to be a lamp on the top. Yeah, so... Oop. Jumped clean over it. Wonderful. The loads around the other side. There we go. Where is it? There. And there. Get up here. Yep, there we go. Right, that can go there. That can go there. I want to... I need a bit of gyro override. I'm thinking I'm going to build up here on the subgrid. Which way around are you? That's 180. That's the wrong way. That's 0. There we go. So it's only going to be lightweight. It shouldn't need too much in terms of gyro override, so I might be able to get away with just one gyroscope for now. We need to build that rotor first. Now, give me parts for rotor, please. Thank you. And now we need to get back up there. Ah, wicked. Right, that's that, that's that, that's that. that one. Cool, right. That already spun around. Wicked. Right, let's put that back to 0. Because this one ain't gonna be moving. Thank you. Right, that's back at 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll just put a million torque on that for now. That can stay like that, so that's going to be locked in place. That is going to be... I'll call it balance gyro. Balance gyro rotor, so I don't get confused. That will have a bit of shear inertia tensor on it. Because we want to spread the force of this gyroscope across both grids. So let's get some bits for that. Get some more bits from there. Cool, that's the bits we need. Right, and then this gyro will be the override gyro. And that would fight against the gyros that are going to control the AI and prevent it from flipping over or trying to spin round too quickly, because that can be an issue. Right. Probably a good time to maybe give this thing a bit of a test. And see if it actually is going to do the things I want it to do. So let's move the skiff out of the way a little bit. I'm going to probably have to make some adjustments to the suspensions as well before we go too far. Suspension. Lamp. Oh, did I not tag them? No, I didn't. So that one, LMP. Prefix. There we go. You know what? I'm going to make a group for them. Yeah, right. Suspension. I'm going to give that a little bit more strength. Doesn't need any power at all. Friction. We'll leave that on 50 for now, see how it behaves. May or may not need turning down. Okay, right, let's lift you up again slightly. Yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, let's swap that control over. Work. Shop. Controller mag plate. I'm going to swap you to rotor connect is what we'll call you for now. Oh, I've got two workshop rotors there. I don't know which one is which. Connect. I'll call it that one. Workshop. Oop. Why? Rotor connect. Connect. We'll turn up rotor. Connect. Yeah, that's the right one. Rotor. Connect. When you turn the light on, you will, where is it? Attach the rotor, and when I turn the light off, you will where have we gone? Wait. Detach the rotor. Sweet. Attached. What's going on there then? Work up. Rotor connect. Oh, it's because lock switched on and off. Lock switched on and off. Oh, is it interfering with that? Oh, hang on. I know what I've done. I've screwed up what's controlling the damn thing. It still wants to be that mag plate light. And that wants to control that. You fool. There we go, that's the one. I just need to rename that light instead. Oh, come on, where's my cursor? There we go. Rotor. Connect. Ah. There we go. Right, that should be the right one now. Cool, so that can attach and detach. Groovy. That's what we wanted. Alright, let's bring that down. Alright, I can move around. And it can walk. There we go, that's not too bad. I don't really need it to be much quicker than that. I might turn friction down on that temporarily. I need to get him back over here. I need to turn a bit quicker. Now, can we get up that with only 25 friction? Yeah, that's not too bad. Ooh. Try not to boot the hell out of that. See if I can wiggle him over a little bit into place. Oh, damn. Oh yeah, that's going to be actually quite a pain to get back into position now. Right, okay. It works, I just need to get him back on that platform. Let's put that friction back up. Alright, let's take that out again. Oh, then again, actually, do I need to get it back on the platform or anything? I do need to get him to turn around. Ooh. Booting the skiff everywhere. You know what? I'm not even going to bother. He's got battery power. Ooh, that's a weird angle. It's got battery power, it can move around. I'm just going to leave it where it is now. I'll just build it there. Where are we? Ah, hey Aga, how you doing? Yeah, bonk. I was hoping the skiff was slightly further out of the way. Okay, right, so... just need to build the lamp and the solar panel section of this now, and then... give the AI a go. Right, so... how should we do this? Let's continue with some of these beam blocks, because I quite like them. Yeah, there we go. Right, I might have that like that. Now, is it going to be too excessive doing this? Like from down here? Nah. I want this thing to be kind of tall. Yeah, I might do it like that. Oh yeah, these have got funny connection points though, haven't they? Bum 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 bum. Oh, I got too carried away with that. Yeah, they've only got connection points right at the top there, and right at the bottom on that side. Those sides aren't too bad. Yeah, okay, might do something like that. Let's go back to my truss blocks that we still don't have enough of in small grid. Cool, right, can we get close enough to that? Ruby, let's fly around the other side. I am building, I'm good, Aga, by the way. I am building a walking lamppost because someone offhandedly mentioned one a few weeks ago in one of the other streams, and the idea has stuck with me because I thought it was a funny idea. So I'm building a walking lamppost that is going to do nothing more than just walk around the base, illuminating things, and I might end up building another one and have them just walk around the base in a patrol route of some description. What do I need? Oh, I need parts for this. Oh, I also need to build some more lights. Where did my lights go? Now, do you want more like that? Or do I want crossing beams? I think I might actually want crossing beams. Because I think it looks cooler than just having them sticking straight out. Ooh, don't get too close. There we go. Right, I'm going to change these. That can go. Where did my lights go? There they are. That one there. That one like that. I've got a bright idea, indeed. Is it going to say funny things as it follows you around, giving you light? I mean, I could do that. I usually do put some kind of sound block on my mechs with like a drone sound attached to it. So I might give it a voice. Probably will actually, there'll be plenty of room to stick a sound block on here. Would you behave yourself and just go the angle I want, please? Thank you. There we go. Right, and then we need one last set. Right, ooh, smeg. Easy. That can go there. That can go there. Right, that's going to be all the lights. They're all facing down. Should have some fairly decent coverage. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. We do 4 of them for the moment. That's fine. Ooh, starving again. Food. Hearts. Yeah, man, there we go. Right, that's all the bits. Aha, I can just about reach it. In fact, actually, calm down slightly. Okay, let's get around. Pardon me. Around the other side. Oh, I've been smacked in the face with a bit of debris. And I need bits, don't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll come back with them. I'll build them. Right, I need to put solar panels on the top of it. Oh, hello, Broke Wrench. I usually stream most Sundays. I had a bit of a break for a while because of stuff that was going on, but I'm back again, so usually most Sundays I'm streaming. Doing this playthrough at least. And then I sporadically stream other stuff occasionally when I've got the time to do it. Okay, right. That can go there, that's done. That's done. That's done. And that's all the lights. Groovy. Right. Solar panels. How can I affix some solar panels to the top of this to make it look good? What could I do? Where are my solar panels? I know I have them on the toolbar. There they are. Right, so they are an even number wide, aren't they? Or are they? Are they an odd number or an even number? I can't tell from down there. Oh, you know, I'm just going to stick that there and count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Damn it, they would be an even number long. Of course they are. Okay, right, I think it's settled down again. Cool. Okay. Right, okay, let's actually settle down again. Cool. Carry on. Sorry to anyone that's watching this on Twitch and the stream keeps dying. Right, solar panels. Bloody even numbers. Of course they are. Right, so how shall I attach them to the top? We're going to do even numbers. 5 4 top. So, let's. Yeah, okay, I've got an idea. Beam blocks, more of them. Let's get a little bit closer for a moment. Oop, smack with more 3. Boom. Let's put regular old beam block. Let's put one of them there. There. Middle there. Yeah. Slam these things. I'm going to put a few more in the middle. Move out a little bit. There we go. Let's get around here slightly. There we go, that's a better angle. I think I'm going to do them that either side. Yeah, I think that'll look adequately weird and interesting looking. Where's the other pointy one? There it is. Groovy. Cool. Right, I'm going to do that, and then the gap in the middle. What can we do with that? Oh yeah, I know what I'm going to do with that. More beam blocks. So let's grab one of them, and then we'll just have half blocks all the way to the end. And we'll stick a few in there as well. Cool. I think that looks weird and wonderful. Yeah. Grab 4 of them. Down a little bit. Yeah, I think that'll look adequately weird and stupid, wandering around my base. Even put a little bit more armour on it, I'll cover it up a bit more. But I think that's a good basis for the strange contraption. Hopefully. Good planet. Right, is that all the bits? Right, what colours should I make this thing? I usually just build in like default grey when I'm starting off. I never know what to paint anything, but what colours do people reckon? Anyone got any ideas or suggestions? Yeah, I also need to get in there, don't I? Some blocks under there that I'm not welding. Hot pink. This building's already hot pink at the moment. I'd like a slightly different colour for things. The plan was just to paint everything obscene, like neon-ish, cyberpunk kind of colours, so at the moment something... Oh, by the way, hello Scrap Lemon. So I'm thinking something that isn't bright green or bright pink. That's what my two buildings are at the moment. Ooh, unknown signal. Where is that? 3 kilometres away. No, not to bother. Ooh, can I get to those blocks that were under there that I didn't weld up? Oh, just about. Ooh, careful. Can I change that to an end block? No. Ugh, careful. Can I change that to an end block? Yes, I can. Where is the end block? There it is. Yeah, cool. Put that like that instead. A little bit nicer. And we could even put a little bit more structural support down here. Let's do 2 of them as well. Cool. Right, other side. Snow camo white. Ooh, hang on. I could make it white. Help reflect light a little bit better, seeing that it's meant to be a walking lamppost. Let's get that out of there. Close enough, please. There we go. Might do it white and turquoise, or something like that. Sounds like a good colour combination to me. Maybe a bit of snow camo mixed in. One of them, one of them. What are we on? 2.5 hours. That's fine, we've got plenty of time left. Okay. Painting, painting, painting. One, 8, 5. Let's put that there. A bit brighter. I can make it full brightness. Oh yeah, look at that. That glow, how lovely that is. White. Do. Yeah, I don't think the wood, I don't think the skins are going to affect the blocks I've built this with too much at the moment. But we'll paint. I'll paint all the structural stuff with the white. And then maybe put some more of the turquoise highlights on it. And a bit more armour in a few places. Cool. So I'll do the legs. There's a suspension on the end. Oop, that's the floor. I do actually want to update the floor in here a little bit at some point. Let's get this Mech first. White. Yeah, right. That'll do some basic stuff for the moment. Right, he's got all the controls it realistically needs. Leave that control seat in place for a moment. Let's have a look at bits that need renaming. And then we can do some AI stuff. So let's get that tag that we got here. Gyros. Base. That. That. Light. Place that name. Makes that easier. Solar panel. Override gyro. Oh, I've not even welded those blocks up yet. That'd be handy. Both thrusters and battery. Get rid of that. Battery on there. Cool. Oh, there's a block I missed painting there. Yeah. That up there. I have to get back up there, so. What I can down here. Right, let's quickly fly. Actually, that block I accidentally built on there earlier. Yeah, let's paint these bits. No. There. Oh, there we go, that's alright. Aha, right, cool. Okay, that's most of the bits I want to paint for the moment. Out of the way. Oh, I'm starving to death again. Get some food. Oh yeah, right, AI blocks. Need to finish building them, so task, light. Lots of parts for that. Right, AI flight block. AI task block. Lamp 0, 1. prefix. Let's rename these AI unit move. AI unit roll. That's what it's going to do. Right, don't need collision avoidance. Speed limit can basically be whatever it likes. No, I'll just leave it on 10, it's not going to go faster than that anyway. Minimum altitude 0, pitch nothing, roll nothing. In fact, give them the tiniest little bit. Sometimes the AI gets a bit fussy if you don't let it roll or pitch at all. Right, then. To test this thing, we will just get it to follow me. AI behavior on. Oh yeah, this is where we're going to have to start setting up some alternate controls for the AI. Or adjust the existing controls slightly. Right, move on, follow me, control AI on. On. Everything seems to be on. Are you going to follow me? Go. It is now following. There's a distance of 20 meters, so let's pull that in a little bit more. AI. Roll. Make it 5 meters, so it's trying to stay right on top of me. And this right here is why we need to adjust the AI controls. Oh, and there's also one other thing I need to build on him. Because AI blocks can get fussy trying to navigate occasionally. So, right, what we need to do before you go any further, let's turn your AI blocks off for a second. We also need to adjust the walk forward controls. We are going to set it up slightly differently. So as you can see, the legs keep flicking about as the thrusters flicker, so rather than have this controller deal with that, we are going to have it triggered by a sensor instead, which I'm going to build on the front. So, can I build a few more blocks here and cover this bit on the front? Yes, I can. Well, we'll leave that at the back, so I'm stuck with thrusters. And quickly weld up these bits at the bottom. They're pretty much all good to go now. And I'll weld that. Well, repaint them. We might actually build a little bit at the bottom to protect the undercarriage slightly. Right, so that's going to do that. The other things I need to build on him, I need to go and get a skiff so I can actually get up there. Oh wait, there we are. Oh, actually, I don't. I would just... No, actually, yeah, no, I will build it higher up. So, because the AI blocks get a little bit fussy with inclines and stuff, if they haven't got thrust in all directions, or all the directions they deem necessary, we can trick the AI blocks into thinking they can move up and down. And we can do that with some hydrogen thrusters, because the AI blocks don't check for fuel. They only check for potential thrust output. You know what, I'm going to stick it down here. Let's get rid of that. Ooh, in fact, just get rid of that and pop it in there. I will. I'm going to hide it in there. So we'll just have a hydrogen thruster pointing down, and the AI blocks will assume that they can fly up, even though there's no fuel. And that helps the AI navigate inclines and declines and things when it's attached to a walker or a rover or something like that. Because you can use pretty much the same system I've set up to get the AI to control this walk cycle to do subgrid wheels as well. So I'll call that thruster AI. Put the tag on there while I'm here. LMP-01. There we go. And then the AI will think it can move up and down. And then we need a sensor on the front, because I want this thing to be able to stop itself from crashing into things. Because the collision avoidance doesn't really work with walker mechs. All you do is end up with AI block trying to run away from the floor, which isn't helpful when you're trying to walk on that floor. There we go. What we can instead do is put a sensor on the front. LMP-01 AI sensor. Bring that range in a little bit. Doesn't need to be bring that right back. I'll make that 3. I'll make that 3. That like. Yeah, that's a little bit more sensible. Extend out of the front a little bit more. Front, we'll make 7.5 meters. Sticks out a little bit more. Let's actually make it a little bit higher so it's got the actual solar panels in it. A little bit more. Top 6.25. Let's make it a little bit taller. Yeah, that looks alright from here. Right, so that sensor, for a start, you need to stop beeping, because that drives me mad. And I want you to detect small ships, large ships, stations. And that's it. Bom, 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 bom. Yeah, that's it. Right, so when that detects something, I want it to what do I want it to do? I need it to effectively override that thruster a tiny little bit so it stops walking. When it stops detecting, it can go back to 0 again. When it detects something, I want it to trigger that, and when the thruster kicks in, it should deal with the walk start again. So, you're detecting that. Oh, let's have a look at your bottom end of that. That's a bit much. Oh, that's a bit better. I'll bring that down slightly. Bottom, make it 2.5. What's that like? Just above 4. Okay. Right, let's move this out the way. Clean out the way. There we go. Let's turn your AI block back on. That's all on. Let's hop out of there. Oh, you're going to be stupid because you're slightly detecting the floor. Yes, you are. Yeah. Let's turn your AI off for a second. Move you over here, away from that door. Yeah, I need to jump out of that seat. AI back on. Alright, there we go. That will now follow me. When I get in there, it will stop. When I leave, it should start again. There we go. Nope. Weird stuff with its legs then. What weird thing it did that? What made it do that weird thing then? Yeah, that's a strange behaviour. What's causing me to do that? Is it perhaps the warp controls playing with the AI? Not. I'm going to take that out of there. I'm going to put it in the sensor instead. Warp. That. Behave a little bit nicer that way. Nope, still doing weird stuff. No, collision avoidance is turned off. Why are you doing that? Instead of behaving normally. Might be. Might be because... Oh no, that's turning in... Oh yeah, that's probably why. I need to move some stuff around. I think I need to do the lights realistically before I do the legs. I behaved properly that time. Sometimes it behaves itself, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, well, you know, I'm not going to bother trying to reprogram that now. Ew. What am I doing? Oh, I turned off the wrong thing, that's why. AI. I want to turn you off for a second. Right, let's do a little bit more breathing on this guy. Let's take that colour there. Yeah. Yeah, let's do something like that, cover that up a little bit. And we can delete the control seats off the back of it pretty much now. There it is. Yeah, let's get rid of the control seat. This can all go. Just behave yourself. Thank you. Back again. Yeah? Okay. Right, where was I? That is literally what I am doing right now, Mystic Wizard. I am putting a remote control block on it, so that I can control it if necessary. And I'm just going to plonk it there, I think. Where's my remote blocks? There they are. Let's have remote control. We'll get some parts for remote control. And some food to not starve to death. Now grab some more parts. Cool, there we go. Can you reach up and down here? No, of course I can't. Of course I can't. 5 minutes, please. Ooh, those are very close. Could you just stay connected for more than 5 minutes? Thank you. Antennas. How can I build it like that, but not like that? Really? How does that not connect to the sides of it? That is very annoying. Where else can I put it? Put it here. Oh, you know what? I can stick something else that can connect to it. What else have I got? That won't connect to it either. Really? Beam block with a cross in the middle. That should hopefully have a connection point. Two junction one, that's the one. That should have a connection point in the middle, thank you very much. Oh, actually, I need to level up first. There we go. Antenna. Can I place one now? Yes, I can. Cool. Stick one of them there. It doesn't really need solar tracking on this. I'd have to build a bunch of hinges and turret block. Why have I grabbed so many of that? They're all facing directly up, he should be alright. His thruster output's going to be pretty minimal. And, in fact, actually, I can test that properly when I remote control him in a second. See how much thruster power he's actually using. I mean, I've already got a solar tracker on the base. Where's that? Around the corner. Already got that solar panel there tracking the sun for us, which seems to go that way across the sky. Right, so have we got the bits now? Yes, we have. Oof, just managed to grab that. Right, there we go. Small grid. Do that one. There we go. Let's name you properly. I'm just calling you Lamp Bot for now. It's simple. Antenna. What? He's only using 7% power to move. He's got 3 hours worth of output like that. That's fine, really. Yeah, happy enough with that for now. Let's turn the field on that sensor back off. Then I'm going to set him up with patrol route so he's just wandering around the base. Let's do a bit more greebling first. But I also need to have a quick bio break because we're on 3 hours now, so I'll probably do another hour. So, yeah, I'm going to have a quick bio break. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'm just going to get up here in case any spiders try to come and get me. And I'm going to do a pack of crisps in the meantime. And yeah, I'll be back again in a few minutes. Okie dokie. Right, I'm back. What were we doing? Oh yeah, we're hiding from spiders, just in case they came to get us. I think... yeah, let's greeble this guy up a little bit more. Let's get my hood back up. What have we got? We could put a bunch of them. Yeah, we'll have a load of them up there. Protect the legs a little bit more. Second. Yeah, what can we do to make the bottoms of the legs a little bit thicker? We can design the legs a little bit better, but... you back again? Thank you. Yeah, no, I think I might do something weird like that. And then carefully take that out and replace it with that instead. Yeah. There we go. Cool. Right, that block. Go back in all of them. I've already built that one there. Let's weld them up then. What else could we do? What else could we do? Yeah, I think we're going to put some around the sides here as well, protect a little bit more of this. 1, 2, 3. What else we got? We've got these blocks. We can kind of taper it a little bit. What we've got around here? We've got that. We've got that. We've got that. And you can actually get away with slightly covering those thrusters, because the thruster flame can pass through the gap in the middle of them. Yeah, I'll do for the moment. What should I do to cover all of the important stuff in the middle a little bit more? You're a bit high up. Let's bring you back down towards me. There we go. That's easier. Internet, come on. Gonna reconnect. Bear with me. Stop it. Come on. For God's sake. Come on. Reconnect. Again. Right, I think I might actually be back again. Oh, damn it. Apparently I can build all this stuff without it clanging, but my internet connection is what wants to do the clanging today. That's the wrong button. That is also the wrong button. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna do something like that. That is the wrong end. Let's climb up here. Ooh, actually, scrap lemon. Good idea. That is actually quite an interesting idea. I might have to think about that. What is that, Kevin? It is a walking lamp post at the moment. Obviously, the sun is up, so it's hard to tell, but it's got a whole bunch of floodlights underneath it. I'm currently in the middle of putting the finishing touches on it. I do like the idea of having adverts on it somewhere. Ooh, that's an idea I could try. I think I'm going to leave that bottom one covered like that because it's quite low. But this row up here, where are my LCD screens? Have I even got LCD screens on the toolbar? No. No, of course I don't. LCD screens, where are you? There you are. I'll stick you there. Maybe do something like that. Potentially. Maybe double up on them. And just have a bunch of the Space Engineers things, posters just cycling through on all the screens. I think that'd be a pretty funny idea. Yeah, we need to get a little bit closer. There we go. Also, while I'm back here, let's put those blocks in place. 1, 2, 3. Actually, I have to think of something else for that, but we'll do that in a second. Where are the LGDs? Oh, there they are. Right, let's fill up on LCD screen stuff. Dying of starvation, and the radiation is back again. Wonderful. Have I got any cooked meat hiding in here somewhere? I should have a little bit. I'm just going to take the rest of it. Give me components, please. Oh, I'm missing parts. Assembler. Nope, you can just take your sweet time making them. Cool. Just about reaches. Wonderful. I'll do that now. Let's do these LCD screens. And I've run bits. What do I need? That, and that. There, let's grab some bits. Cool, there we go. Groovy. I very rarely use the round blocks, so let's use them for a change. Cover that up like that. Top. Can you please stop disconnecting every 5 minutes? Oh, spiders. Lovely. Yeah, you know what, I might put some more round blocks down there as well. Where have they gone? Yeah, I have to climb up again. That high. A little bit closer. Let's put a block back there either side. Hopefully I can still get to that. There we go. That's a little bit more covered there. But the sides there are completely exposed, but I do like having a little bit of it exposed just because it looks interesting like that. I don't really expect these guys to get shot up too much, to be honest. I've not got any assert mods or anything like that on this game. Cool. Right. Wrong button. Let's do these LCDs. We've got quite a few of them, haven't we? What should I do with these? What should I do with them? Which screen is which? Right, let's name these to make a bit of sense out of them. So that is front right 1. Right, let's just stick the whole tag on there as well. Let's get the whole lot of it in. LCD panel, front right 1. Front left 1. Yeah, front centre 1. Front centre 2. Front right 2. Front left 2. Right, cool. Here's what's that? Rear left. Number 1. Rear right, number 1. Rear right, number 2. Rear left, number 2. Rear, centre, and rear centre 2. Right, cool, that makes a little bit more sense of all of that. Cool, alright, so let's do all these screens with different things. 6 screens, how should we get them to do stuff? I'll just cycle through images, really. Text down images, bum. And I'm just going to add all of them into it. Where are we? Don't need the H or the B ones, and that's the bottom of the list. Add selection. And that one, we'll start from there. Add selection, and then stick that last one on the end. Yeah, cool. Let's also change the image interval. 5 seconds, or something like that. There we go. Okay, cool, so that's that. Yeah, I need to do all the rest of these screens. That one, and that's it. And then we'll go back to the top. Grab those two as well. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, so we'll start from there. What time are we on? 3.5 hours. Right, I'll probably do another half hour of tinkering with this guy. And then call it quits for the evening, provided my internet connection wants to actually behave. Which I again apologise for all of the connection issues. One, 2, 3, 4. That one start. I'll start that one properly. Yes, I did. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start you from there. So that they're all slightly offset from each other a little bit. Not that one. That one. Add selection, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. Add them in too. Cool. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll start from there. Bum. Gravel's the bottom one, isn't it? Yep, cool. Add that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add that. Cool, so that's one side of it. Are those two cycling the same way? Will I mess that up? Or is it just... where are we? We started with ROS1 on that one. We started with climbing. It's just weird cycling. Whatever. Oop. I didn't even notice my radiation levels increasing dramatically again. Let's get some cover for a second. Put that raw meat in there so it can process. In fact, let's move him back over here into the shade of the building. I can work on him without getting irradiated. Let's stand here and not get irradiated. There we go, that's a bit better. Right, I can just sort out the other LCDs from this side. Rear, center, 0, 1. We'll just start again from the top. And then we'll have this thing pretty much finished off, hopefully. Right, number 2, I'll start you off there. And add that top one. 1, 2, 3, start from there. Where are we? There, and there. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. Doesn't really matter all that much if I get one of them slightly out of sequence. Back to the top. 1, 2, 3. Where was it? There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4. Add them in. And last LCD screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start from there. Right, that is pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, that's the last of them screens done. Not doing any more of them. Cool. Right, so it's got a whole bunch of walking advertisements on it now. Let's do a little bit more greebling on the side here. Ugh, built that in the wrong place. Okay, that's just about reach it. Cool. There we go. Just about reached that. Right, that's as much as I can be bothered doing on it for the moment. There's only going to be about 25 minutes left of this stream. So, for the last little bit, let's program a route for him to take around the base. Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah. That's something I didn't take into consideration when placing the remote control block. I actually need to put that a little bit more in line with the AI block that's on there. Because it can get a bit fussy otherwise. Let's get a bit closer. As I put the behind here, it was. Alright, let's take that remote out of there. I'll build that in a more opportune place. But let's fill that gap in anyway. And replace block I chopped off. There we go, that's that. Right, so the AI block, that was directly under there, wasn't it? Kind of need the remote to be in line with it, so let's take that out. Let's take that out. Ooh, there's another block in there. I could remove. Let's take that out. Because yeah, the AI block's on the other side of that, and I'm going to pop the remote in that gap instead. I think that's the right way around. Yep. There we go, that's a better place for it. Fill that back in. There we go. And fill that back in. Cool, right, that'll be a little bit better when I'm trying to set up these waypoints. Let's move the skiff right out of the way. In fact, actually, I want the skiff. Because I want to fly up high, so I can see what I'm doing with him. Right, lamp bot. So I'm going to set him up to just casually walk around my base. Let's build him some waypoints. I have him there. Dum-da-dum-dum. New from current position. Lamp 01 is what we'll call it. Make it really bright turquoise so it's easily seen. Yeah, so every sort of 20 meters or so, I'm going to give him another waypoint to travel to. Do it like that for now. In fact, let's move the skiff over a bit. Let's not fall off at this height. Thank you. There we go. Lamp bot. Remote access. Lamp bot. There we go. Cool. Right. Nice scrap lemon. Yeah, lit. Yeah, it's pretty good. Right, so we'll set up a few more waypoints for this dude, and then we'll just turn him loose. In fact, while we're in his control panel. What's his battery looking like? Like, fully depleted in 18 hours, 19 hours. Input 30, output, its output is quite a bit higher. What can we... Right, well, we don't need a 5-kilometre radius on that at all. I'm barely going to make it more than 500 metres. So that should, yeah, shave off a little bit. There you go, let's cut out a little bit. Suspension, you are currently outputting 8 kilowatts and don't need to be, because you're not actually going to get used for any driving. Current output is now down. I could put a reactor on it, but I don't have any uranium right now. I've not been to space yet to go and get any. Otherwise I would, but at the moment it's just a waste of resources putting a reactor on there. The floodlights are all using... they don't actually use that much. They use a fair bit. What have I reduced that? What have I reduced the gyro by 75 to 75%? That drops it a kilowatt. Fully depleted in 2 days. I suppose that's better. And the sun is on its way down. Whatever. Right. Oh yeah. Let's make another GPS. Number 3. There we go. And then we'll get him to walk up here a bit. We'll have to make sure to navigate him around that hole over there. Yeah, that looks alright. Lamp number 4. Yeah. Actually, let's move the skiff over a bit more. Yeah, cool. Control the lamp. There he goes. Yeah, when I get a printing factory up and running, which I plan to do eventually, I might try and print off a few more of these guys. Yeah, new front current, we'll just do that. Number 5. Oh, and the radiation's come out to play again, I forgot about that. Oh, and I'm hungry. Have some cooked meat, thank you. Right, we'll do another GPS there. Number 6. Yeah. Right, so we need to make sure to navigate him around that hole as best as we can. I don't want him falling down the hole. I do need to cover that up eventually. So you can just do a big, wide turn around it. What's that? Scrap lemon. You know it's the worst way to recharge lamp bots, but a drone to connect and dump power. I mean, it could be a mothbot. Don't say things like that to me because I'll want to do that then. Potentially. Potentially. I might keep that idea in the back of my head for at some point and work that out, because that's a really stupid idea and I love the pun behind it. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to do that. Just because it's stupid. I'll have to put a beacon on the lamp bot and do some kind of... Yeah, because if I put an AI recorder on the mothbot, quote unquote, and had a beacon on the lamp, it'd be able to track the lamp wherever it was. It's feasible. It's... yeah, that's... I'm probably going to be doing that in the next episode. Oh well. Cheers for the idea. That can just be that. What was it doing? New... Why have I done that? Lamp 07. Right. Yeah, a mothbot, that would be a really stupid idea, but it would be really funny. Yeah, maybe. I mean, potentially there is actually a way to... I could potentially set it up so that the lamp could call the mothbot to it when it needs it. Oh crap! Speaking of needing stuff, I need to get out of this fucking sun. Is that enough shade? No, it's not. I need to get... Oh no, it is enough. It is just about enough. Right, let's get in here. So apparently I don't die over here. Let's eat some more food while I've got the chance. Bloody radiation. Maybe I just need to put a small cab on the skiff. As much as I don't want to, I might have to. Oh, come on, radiation, go away. Actually, I can take control of the skiff. I've not put any controls on it at all. If I go into my docking camera view, where is it? There it is. Will the game... Ah, no it won't, obviously. Oh, we'll go that way. Nope. Damn, can't be that cheeky. Apparently. Ah, smeg you. Whatever. Deal with the radiation. Ugh, I need to get the skiff back. Skiff. There we go, that's almost at a decent level. Right, there we go. Did I actually do? No, I didn't. UPS, from current 0, 8, I think it is now. 7, 8, yeah, that'll be 8. Where was the first one? It was there, so maybe 1, 2 more. Get them to walk up here. And then you can just do a big circular pattern around the whole base, hopefully. Another one there, GPS, from current 9, yeah. And maybe have a 10 over there. Yeah, that'll do. Could even potentially put searchlights on him as well. Then again, that's just going to drain more power. Yeah, about there. That'll do. Right. Last GPS waypoint, we're nearly at 4 hours as well, so that's good timing. Number 10. Right. AI control block. We are going to set this to autopilot. It is going to do a circular route. And then we're just going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Add those locations in, make sure they're in the right order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Cool. Right, so that's all of that set up. Let's come back down. Let's put, for now, a simple way of turning the thing on and off. There's a more complex and a slightly better way of doing it, but for the moment I'm just going to do it the cheap and easy way. The button, and now I need an access panel. The sensor's got on. AI blocks. Take them, make a group for them. Off, on. Yeah, cool. Right, and then AI block. We will just turn the AI on and off with that button. And there it goes, off on his patrol route. All them signals off the screen. In fact, actually, I want to keep that on for a second. I want to make sure he hits it. So, he is now... one-by-one connectors do exist. Yeah. Yeah, they've existed for a while. Yeah, because I could put a one-by-one connector on the top of him. Yep, there he goes. He's hit that waypoint, and he's now off towards that one. So he's currently using 6% power. His battery will be fully depleted in 4 hours. Ugh. Current output 253. Oh, right, that will be because of the thruster. Oh, yeah, the thruster's pushing at max speed. That's using 200 kilowatts. Ugh. There's no other way of reducing that. Dum-da-dum, AI block, AI move block. Let's reduce your speed limit. Is that affecting how much you're pushing with that thruster at all? No, you're still maxing out. What if I drop your speed limit even further because you're not really moving that quick? Only doing 3 meters a second at tops. It's walking so slow. It's still pushing that at max. Now, of course, though, the sun has gone down, so it's got no power input, but right, well, we probably might have to build them off. So that might have to be the project for next time. Yeah, he just pushes at full, and then yeah, it doesn't seem to really make a difference to how much power it uses. Well, it's working. We have to build a little recharge drone to help them along. Why not? Make for an interesting little project, I imagine. You know what? Oops. I might just put that back to 5 because he's only going to push against his limit anyway, and he'll walk a bit steadier if he's pushing against his limit. We'll just figure out a way of getting him to recharge. But he's working nicely, pretty much working exactly how I wanted him to. And if stuff gets in his way, he'll just stop. And if it gets out of his way, he'll carry on. Wonderful. And should I need to stop him for whatever reason, I can just turn the AI off. Yeah, cool. Right, that'll work for now. Let's get rid of some of these GPS locations. I don't really need any of these visible at the moment. Let's make them all uniform anyway, though, and get rid of them. Yeah, cool. Right, I'm happy with him. He's happily plodding along. What's that? Lampot looks like something you'd see in Cyberpunk 2077. That is sort of the vibe I was kind of going with. I made this decision a few streams ago to just make everything in this base obscene, like Cyberpunk colours. And then someone suggested the LCD screens advertising stuff, and yeah, it's kind of come together nicely like that. I just wish the solar panels did a little bit more, but yeah, he's happily plodding along.